They're bringing it back. They're bringing back the FX Corolla. And what made that Corolla in 87 so special, the FX16 in fact, is it got the more powerful engine, 1.6 liters. Back then it was big power. So you might be thinking, this new Corolla, this FX edition, same deal, right? Does it get more power? No, no, it doesn't. It doesn't get more power. It's the same engine, same drivetrain. It's a 2-liter naturally aspirated engine. It's a great engine, 169 horsepower. It's going to be solid, reliable, right? Naturally aspirated. It does connect to the CVT, but it's got that first gear. So, first gear plus CVT. So it drives actually off the line, quite good. So, you might be wondering, well, what the heck? What makes it so special? What makes it an FX edition? Yeah, we're going to talk about that in this video. And there's a lot to talk about here. Actually, this is a really nice package. It slots between the SE and the XSE. Okay, so yeah, about $2,000 more than the SE, but still $1,000 less than the XSE. And we will compare it to the XSE kind of towards the end of the video here too, because you might want to make that comparison. And especially since, remember, the XSE means that's a sporty trim as well. This isn't, they don't even offer an XLE. But yeah, so for this FX edition, as you can see on the exterior, it looks fantastic. This design has been out for a while. And, a lot of people say, well, it wasn't the most attractive design when it came out, but somehow they've managed to make it work, to make it look good. There's a lot of different options here, right? You can go all the way up to the GR, Corolla, obviously the hatchback. But even on some of these more standard models, they're trying to make this thing special and still keep the price reasonable, right? So that's the whole appeal here. Yeah, so the first thing you probably notice is these wheels that just look fantastic. Yeah, for a Corolla, these look like Lamborghini wheels or something. They're, the paint on them is a satin black for one. And then they machine these kind of Y sections at the end of the spokes. That really, it really does just kind of give it that Lamborghini look. And to have like such a premium design, right? Satin black with machined accents. And then, of course, we get all black badges on here. Everything is blacked out, as you can see. The Toyota badge, Corolla, everything is blacked out. And we get this unique, exclusive, it's kind of like a low-rise wing. It's not something that's going to, cause too much attention, but it does give it a nice little touch, right? A touch of sportiness. And, it's more than just the little lip spoiler that the other sporty trims get. And literally, to top it off, you might have thought that was impressive enough. Yeah, we get a black roof here as well. Now, it's not like a carbon roof or anything, but still, it is going to give it a nice contrast. Well, depending on which color you go for here. Obviously, on this gray color, you don't notice it all that much. And, in fact, there's only 3 colors you can choose from. White, black, or gray. So, hey, you're not going to notice it at all on the black. And now moving to the interior, if you thought this thing was just like a styling package on the exterior, no, we get a lot of nice upgrades on the inside as well. Actually, again, quite impressive for this price point. Number one is, we get this new 10.5-inch touchscreen. This is awesome. This is like the perfect size, really. So many cars, they're going way overboard on the screens. You want to be able to see, it, yes, but you don't want the whole dash dominated by a screen or multiple screens. So this is awesome. It's kind of like, it's just the perfect size, 10.5 inches. And there is a 7-inch display as well in the gauge cluster. Again, you don't need anything more than that. It does have, it does have the modern graphics. Actually, it's a very nice looking display. So, and then the big news is we get this moonstone. It's like a light gray, yes, but there's these special accents here You can see that. It's orange stitching. Well, it's more of like a burnt orange. It's actually a very cool color, almost like a copper orange. And you can see it's not just on the dash, it's on the shifter as well, and along the seats here. So actually, yeah, let's take a look at it. You can see it right there. So it is just, you know, regular fabric seats. And yes, they are going to be a little bit difficult to keep clean. But, oh yeah, check that out. The armrest as well, and on the door. So, you know, they didn't hold back here. And a nice contrasting dark headliner as well, to really kind of give it that sporty look. Again, you know, this is style. These are premium touches that you wouldn't expect, you know, in a car this price. And to kind of top it off, if you might be wondering about this, there is a leather wrapped wheel as well. You can see the stitching there. Now, it doesn't get the orange stitching, but I'm okay. I'm okay with that. At this price point, to get a nice leather wrapped wheel is just incredible. And this FX model, they do say they tuned, yeah, they tuned the electric power steering in this thing for a sportier feel. So, you know, what does that mean to me? Probably it means it's just less assisted, right? It's going to be a little bit heavier. So that's a great touch. Now, there is something disappointing here. I hate to give you some bad news. And this really doesn't make any sense because, you know, it's supposed to be a very sporty trim. You can't get the paddle shifters with this trim for whatever reason. You know, so normally, yeah, you'd have some paddle shifters behind the wheel here. You know, it's obviously a CVT. It doesn't have gears, but they do, you know, simulate gears. And it does kind of give you some control over the engine RPMs, right? I mean, you know, it's not a manual, but it does make it fun, you know, on certain roads. Well, guess what? You can't do that in the sporty FX trim. It doesn't make any sense. It's a total bummer because I love this interior. I love the exterior. I love those wheels. So if you do want to do that stuff, yeah, you're going to have to move up to the XSE. You know, which there's nothing special or exclusive about the XSE. You know, it's pretty much a carryover trim for 2025. Although you do get this new screen as well, the 10.5-inch screen. So, you know, you can if you want this new screen and you want the paddle shifters, yeah, you got to go for the XSE. And as I mentioned, though, you know, the XSE, it's still a sport trim. It's still a sport model. So, you know, it still gets the sporty wheels and the more aggressive front bumper. But it doesn't get that cool rear, you know, it doesn't get that cool rear wing. It doesn't get the black, yeah, the black roof, the black mirrors, you know, all that stuff that makes the FX so cool. But, you know, the XSE actually has these seats are incredible, really. Again, for this price point. These are one of my favorite designed seats in all of the industry, in fact. You know how you have this center section that's like cloth with these horizontal bars. And then the rest, you know, is that leather or leatherette. Very high-end looking, and they just look extremely comfortable as well. So that would be, you know, hey, I guess you could make the argument, you know, you'd get these seats, you know, you can still get that 10-inch screen, 10.5-inch screen, and you get those paddle shifters. But, yeah, it's still just bizarre. I guess, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Is that a deal breaker for you, not having those paddle shifters on that FX?